Have you ever noticed this in movies? Or this in movies? Have you ever noticed that a popular movie trope is the bad guy, or when a character is being arrogant, that they seem to consume an apple? The apple is a very popular movie trope for showing an arrogant person, or showing a person's, even if they're the protagonist, when they go through a moment of being arrogant, they seem to eat an apple. Why is that in movies? Well, we know that it's in movies because of the simple fact of the idea of Adam and Eve were kicked out of the garden because Eve ate an apple. And this is something that did not come about, I believe, until the 1800s I think the 1800s is the first time that it was presented to be an apple. In the 1900s, I remember people talking about it may have been a pomegranate, to which was the forbidden fruit. So an apple has been that movie trope because it's a common theme in most people's minds. But one of the things that I found interesting while I was perusing through the Book of Enoch a few days ago, after I had an epiphany of an idea of a dream, is as I was perusing through the Book of Enoch, and I'm reading more and more about its version of the Noah story. As you continue through that Noah story, one of the things that it talks about is how Noah was beginning to plant his grapes and make his wine, and it gives a lot more detail than your Genesis story as far as his grapes and his wine, and as far as Ham and the curse that's placed on Ham, and which indicates that the punishment of Ham, dogs, and ravens was to have dark skin. That was their punishment, right? So we see where the racism can come in, and that those people who took that idea were readers of this Book of Enoch, which is not in your Bible. But one of the things that I found interesting about the Book of Enoch is that when you read it, the apple is not the reason Adam and Eve were kicked out of the garden. When it's talking about Noah and his drinking of wine and planting of vineyards, it talks about how Noah and Satan were having a conversation. And in the conversation, Satan wanted to assist Noah in planting a vineyard. Noah agreed with Satan to help plant this vineyard. So Satan is not this evil character in this aspect of the Book of Enoch. And so when he's planting this this vineyard, Noah tells Satan, he's instructing Satan on the fact that, hey, when you drink wine, you either become a bear, I think he said a bear, a monkey, or a pig. That when you just drink a little bit of wine, you become strong like a bear. It's either a bear or a lion. When you drink too much wine in gluttony, you become a pig. And when you get intoxicated, you hop around and act like a monkey and sing songs and things of that nature. And he reminds Satan that it was not the apple that got Adam kicked out of the garden, but it was the grape and Adam's love of drinking the wine that got Adam kicked out of the garden. And I found that very interesting, because if the Book of Enoch was allowed to be a part of your Bible, it would have disrupted the Roman economy and the Roman way of life, which is not the only reason, but I would think it is definitely one of the reasons why the Book of Enoch was not allowed to be in your Bible, because that forbidden fruit of the grape would have been taken out of the diet of the Romans, the Greeks, the Egyptians, the Israelites, and every other person who was a Mediterranean country under the Roman rulership. There's some other things about it I'm going to get into another video that was interesting, that when you read the Book of Enoch, you will find it very interesting. It's all a fantasy, but it's good reading. So y'all have a great day. And remember always, you have to free yourself to be yourself because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.